So it is the morning of Sunday, the 23rd of October 2022. So not as much video I did on yesterday as I wanted to do because I spent the entire day fixing last week's update post, which I basically fucked up the audio quality on. It's basically the way I'd done my project for recording video was basically in the wrong audio slot, which meant it was basically with a minus 20 decibel cap on it. So basically, it was just not playing properly. However, I did manage to do some painting last night. So you see, we've got here. These are the Spectre Insurgents. I have been doing little tweaks to them. You can see, printing out the backpacks from the Spectre Patreon, just because it makes them look a bit more lived in and fighting as opposed to kind of random guys who grab guns and good to go. I'm not going to do it to all of them. I think that basically some of them are quite good. There's just regular insurgents. But I do like this guy with the rocket launcher through the backpack. So I was planning to do the fantasy figures, and then they basically released the next Spectre release, which I realised I should probably get the previous one painted before that one comes out. So you can see you've got the M60 guy. The other reason for getting these painted up is actually or printing out the backpack. Sorry, is that some of them had some pretty bad detail work on where the back of the vest should be. I'm going to mention it more in my review or impressions piece. Sorry, it's not a review, but that should be. So, but basically, give me a reason to put the backpacks on, cover it up, and it should look pretty good. Very nicely back painting Ultramoderns because it's actually quite simple compared to some of the stuff. As well as that, I also hey, that's a brand new character at the back there. I actually picked up the witch figure I was doing, which was fun to do. I don't usually do solid colours, so doing her was definitely a fun experience to paint up. I will finish her off and do some more details and come up with a name for her. I'll probably play that game at some point, but it might be slightly different setup or do it with someone else. So, because on Thursday I'm playing a skirmish shiny game with a friend. Basically, Modern Warfare has come out, and so my brain has been captured by the Ultramoderns ideas. So I'm going to be playing around with them. And I think we'll do something quite inspired one of the missions, but we'll have to see. So. More video later on once I paint these figures up. And then I can start on the other two sets because there's 12 figures in total, so I've got 3 blocks of 4, so it shouldn't take as long as I would think it would do. I'm doing them actually, if you notice, all these guys have got the same coloured trousers for now. My idea is I'm going to do them up in batches using the same camo trousers for each, or at least the same base colour. I might leave one of these guys with just block coloured trousers. But these, because it's obviously green grey, I'll be using my ACU pattern on. So there's going to be sponges of Ushanti bone onto that, and that should then be the first lot. And the next lot will be probably Desert Marpat, and so we've got the Deck Tan as a base, and then the final set. I might give a new multicam recipe a go, and then actually give me a set of guys all different sort of camera pattern trousers, which should look pretty cool on tabletop. Right, and with that, I think I will carry on and some more photos later. Okay, so evening of the 23rd of October 2022. I ended up not being quite as productive as I intended to be, but I did manage to get a little bit further with these guys. So getting sort of paint onto them, I'm kind of quite happy with how they're looking now. Yeah, it's a fun model to go. I have spotted a few problems, which I'm not particularly happy about. This guy, you won't be able to see it very well. Focus. Yeah, his arm seems unusually flat, which usually wouldn't be a problem, but these are 3D printed, or they're basically 3D printed figures, which were then used as sort of a casting point. And that error looks to me, as someone who has had them a lot, that might be a support issue in the original 3D print. Which, if that has managed to get all the way through from first printing to casting the mold to then running all the way through, that's a very weird thing not to notice. I don't, not 100%. It could be sculpted that way, but it does look a bit odd. So I'm definitely intrigued to see what's going on with that. The rest of the figures very fine. I mean, all I mean was the back issue with the M60 gunner, which I've covered with backpack. I like these I like these backpacks from local forces stuff. But yeah, not especially happy if that's a problem because the whole point of buying the physical figures is that you get a higher quality and you can 3D print. If I can 3D print these figures at a better quality, which I'm getting close, then like why would I spend that much money for a figure that turns up I get one of and if it breaks I'm fucked. So yeah, definitely a bit of a frowny face as I was painting my way through them. So we'll just see. I've obviously got the rest of the paint up, which I'll do tomorrow, but hey ho. In the meantime, plan some more stuff for Thursday's game, so that's going to be fun. I need to actually go and plan the board out, get the figures arranged. So yeah, that's my evening update. For now, though, I'm going to go to bed. So it is the morning of the 25th of October, 2022. So first up, we've got some painting boys. So these are the Spectre Insurgents I'm working on with the backpacks. I finished them off yesterday during my painting session. So these guys are all good to go. Still need to do basing on them, obviously. Had some fun painting little details and working on the same rough colour palette, but changing out a few things like painting up some balaclavas, different colours, and sort of keeping the same trousers but swapping around. Working on the next batch now. So these guys are going to be in deck 10, so that's going to be the US Marine Desert Camo. Probably similar mix of sort of shoe colours and things like that. Keeping the tan vest just so everyone has a similar look. Although I don't know, I'm tempted to change some of those because I realise that might make them look a little bit too uniform. But I also have these guys because one thing's going to happen in my blog posts. I'm going to be talking about how I feel about Spectre's quality compared to their 3D printed stuff. And I gotta admit, well, I'll see what time I'm done because it might be that I'm being sort of hyperbolic. But once I finish painting, I will provide my information. I have a strong suspicion I'm gonna not be particularly happy with the metal quality. I'm kind of concerned about the next release, which I've obviously already ordered. So we'll see. But that's the hobby update. Maybe much else to mention for now. So I shall chat again soon. It is the very late evening of October 27th, and this is what I spent my evening doing. So rather than watching the wrestling, which I usually do on a Thursday, I invited my former housemate over and we played some Skirmish Sanguine with some tweaks. There's some little general tweaks there. And it was a really good time. Little close in quarters battle. Definitely going to play again. Some things to learn from in terms of my rule tweaks, which I definitely think is getting there. I'm very much looking forward to what I can do with these little tweaks. Basically means that there's less HP tracking, and also there's less confusion over spotting, which is good. And also, more importantly, he quite enjoyed the first game. So this is another player I can play with, and another set of sort of storylines I can run. However, I have just noticed he has left his dice here, so I should probably get them back to him. But as for the rest of this, it's good. Now I'm going to go and do some quick write up, and I'm going to go to bed because tomorrow is Call of Duty Day, and someone has the day booked. So it is the evening of the 29th of October 2022. I am actually just preparing the video for this week's update, which I will then stitch this in at the end, and I would be back with lots of updates on what the Tiny Mans are up to, but there may have been a little bit of a distraction. So yes, the new Call of Duty came out. I haven't been playing a lot of it. It kind of distracted me from doing any hobby and any blog stuff for the rest of the week. I took a day off on the Friday to play a load, and I have played quite a lot, and I will look forward to playing more. There's some issues, mostly with matchmaking stuff, but when you're actually in the game, um, spot on, absolutely adore it. Really good game feel, but for the moment, it does make playing together a little bit frustrating. So, no real updates on the hobby front apart from this. I did try and do some 3D printing stuff, and my things failed. I need to play around with that next week when I get some time. But for the moment, it's just going to be looking at these guys again. You are getting bored of seeing them. I will get them painted up. I think I'll take some time out tomorrow to get away from playing video games for a bit. But it's kind of a nice change. I also need to do some more video prep stuff. And also, I've got a blog post to write about the game we played on Thursday, which was really good fun. So, lots of stuff to do, distracted by the allure of Call of Duty. But we'll get back to that at some point. In the meantime, though, that's it for this week's update. I hope everyone has a good time, and I will see you all next week.